All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Without wasting much of your time, let us go straight up into this one. I'm gonna be dropping a very important news this morning, for every Biafran because Biafrans are enjoying their life at this point in time. In fact, let me tell you, the zoo is in total disarray, and the information getting to us is that both the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá and Nnamdi Kanu have been vindicated. Now, if you notice, the head of securities in the zoo, both in military, DSS, and the rest of them, are calling on the Nigerian or the zoo, the zoo people, Nigerians in quote, to start defending themselves at this point in time. That that is the security, cannot defend them. Now they've been actually overwhelmed by the activities of these Fulani terrorists. I will give you the full news in detail so that go be like say this one na cook and bull story. This na legit story, and this one is coming straight up from their Zoom media. You'll be shocked. Yes, they have started calling for Nigerians to start defending themselves. The same self-defense that they use in kidnapping the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. When Nnamdi Kanu was telling Biafrans to defend themselves against these people, Nnamdi Kanu became a terrorist to them because he told his people to defend themselves. Also, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá also called on Biafrans to keep on defending themselves, in their own land, so that they won't be pied by these terrorists. Yet, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá became their biggest problem. They did everything humanly possible, to make sure they remove the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá and because of the pressure they mounted on the Finnish government, Finland decided to silence Simon Èkpá, for a while, so that this so-called country that is now calling on its citizens to defend themselves so that they can have peace. The reality is that this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. Everything that they fought the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá and Nnamdi Kanu against, those things is the things that they will do. They will end up doing if care is not taken. The security agencies, the DSS, chairman, and the rest of the all these security agencies are now calling on Nigerians, on citizens, to continue to defend themselves, because self-defense is never a crime, but self-defense is a crime in Biafran land to the zoo. These people are giving them woto. And thank God, my only happiness is that thank God that Biafrans were able, to heed and hearken to the voice and the instruction of Nnamdi Kanu, and also the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, to continue to defend themselves. If not, imagine how many more people, would have been pied on daily basis in Biafran land. At least this whole thing that is the Fulani herdsmen are overtaking, so many lands in the zoo. It could have been, Biafran land that these people would have overtaken, if not, for the emergence of both the Eastern Security Network and the Biafran Defense Forces. Now, without saying much, make be like say, I don't talk the whole story. Let us hear the full news on this matter in detail. But do not forget, Nnamdi Kanu and the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Njoko has finally been vindicated once again. Enjoy this news.
Vindicated as breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Èkpá vindicated as Nigeria security chief confirms they have been defeated by the Fulani terrorists. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 2nd of April 2025, and I have breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, it don't happen. And I want you to pay very good attention to this very information because it's very, very important, I can assure you. The Nigeria DSS chief, the director of Nigerian DSS, has openly confirmed that the army, the police, and the terrorist DSS have been defeated by the terrorists. Hence, everybody has the right now to arm themselves in order to defend themselves, or they will be wiped out from the surface of the earth. In the past, we have people like T.Y. Danjuma who boldly came out to speak and ask people to defend themselves, and also said that the army that he was the chief, the overall military head during his days, that this same army collude with the terrorists to terrorize the innocent Nigerians. T.Y. Danjuma said it is in the public. But you may say, this is an old man, he's no longer in service. Fine. But we are talking about the DSS boss, the overall head of DSS. This same man has come out to say the same thing that T.Y. Danjuma said. Now, without wasting any time, I will be reading this very news from Sarah Reporters, as you can see, one of the Zoo media platforms. And according to their headline, they said, "Don't expect army, police, others to protect all of you. Mobilize to defend yourselves against terrorists," DSS chief tells Nigerians. What does that tell you? Remember Musa himself, Musa, who usually cry, has acknowledged on several occasions that they do not have what it takes to defend all Nigerians. He said that they cannot be everywhere. He said it in style, without openly, declared that they have been defeated, like the way this man has openly declared it now. But people who understood very well what Musa was talking about. So this man is telling you that they have been defeated, and what is remaining? The only thing that is remaining right now is for them to surrender to these very Fulani terrorists. And that is going to happen very, very soon. The moment Kashim Shettima takes over power from Tinubu, because I don't see Tinubu completing 8 years. I don't see Tinubu completing 8 years. I am not saying he's going to buy or whatever, but I don't see Tinubu completing 8 years. So the moment Kashim Shettima takes over power in Asorok, it's over. You will see your army, your police, your DSS, Air Force, and the Navy openly surrender to the Fulani terrorists, because that is what is going to happen. Now, how did Nnamdi Kanu and the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá come in picture? We are going to analyze it, but before then, let us read this very news in details. He referenced past incidents in Bauchi State, where local communities successfully fought off Boko Haram insurgents without waiting for security forces. Okay. The Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Mr. Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi, has stated that Nigerians must take responsibility for their own security, as the military, police, and intelligence agencies do not have the capacity to protect every community from terrorist attacks nationwide. So what else are you doing? Let's continue anyway. Ajayi made the remarks during a public engagement which Symphony broadcasted. So you see, it's making sense now. It's now making sense. They said that they do not have the capacity. Look at it. I love that word. He made it very, very clear. He said, as the military, police, and intelligence agencies do not have capacity to protect every community from terrorist attacks nationwide. So what else are you doing? The primary responsibility of every government is the security of lives and properties of the citizens. That is the primary, I said primary responsibility. The number one thing of every government is to protect lives and properties of its citizens. Any government that failed to protect its citizens has failed completely, and that very nation has collapsed. I am telling you, that means the zoo has collapsed, and the only alternative is for all nations inside the zoo to go their separate ways. That is the only alternative. If you are waiting for any magic in the nearest future, I am telling you, you will all be unalived by these very terrorists that is about to take over power in Abuja. They continued. He referenced past incidents in Bauchi State where local communities successfully fought off Boko Haram insurgents without waiting for security forces. Speaking seriously about the practical approach to mobilizing against insecurity, I will share my experience when I was a state director in Bauchi, Ajayi said. Now, do you know why it was possible for them to do it in Bauchi? Because this same man, this Ajayi, a Yoruba man, was the director in Bauchi, and probably he is not among the terrorist military chiefs like Musa and other ones. Because he was the director general in Bauchi, he was the head in Bauchi. He wasn't other, Fulani head of, DSS or military. He's a Yoruba man. So that's why it is possible for the local communities, successfully defeated the terrorists in Bauchi. If not, other places like here in the east, in Biafra land, these terrorists in uniform will never allow the communities to arm themselves in order to defeat the ordinary herdsmen terrorists. It is not possible. Once they hear that you have an even ordinary knife, you are in trouble. Here in the east, you can't walk anywhere in the east with ordinary knife. But in the north, you can walk with anything. You can walk with anything and nobody will disturb you. That is the difficulties we are passing through here. Remember, the title says, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Èkpá, Vindicated. Vindicated. So we are going to connect the dots and know why they are in the picture here. Now they continued. Most of you will remember an incident in Azare. A group of Boko Haram terrorists invaded Azare, shooting in an attempt to kidnap people. But the community fought back. They unalived some members of the community, but in the end, the people unalived all of them. Since that day, there has not been a single terrorist attack in Azare. Ajayi went further to cite former dictator General Ibrahim Babangida retired as endorsing the idea of community-led resistance. As a matter of fact, the former head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, said, and I quote, "If we want to stop or curb terrorism, we should emulate the Azare example." According to Ajayi, Tafawa Balewa local government in Bauchi State also serves as a case study of community defense. Remember, the community defense we are talking about is not something that you defend with ordinary knife or stick. Are you paying attention? These terrorists are coming with assorted rifles, AK-47, AK-49, name them, RPG. They are fully armed to the teeth. So for any community to resist them, you must match them with the same kind of ammunition that they are coming with. That is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB created Eastern Security Network. And Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board and reformed it, and it became Biafra Defense Forces, Biafra Resistance Fighters, and Biafra Liberation Army, in defense of our land against all kinds of terrorism coming from the northern part of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. So have you now seen how they have been vindicated against anybody talking ill against two great men? I want you to go and rethink. Check your brain if you are truly okay. Now, he said, the people there rose up on one occasion. They knew their terrain better, climbed up the trees and mountains, and when the invaders came, they not only stopped them, but also seized their weapons. Since then, you hardly hear about attacks in Tafawa Balewa. What I am trying to say is that the practical approach to mobilizing people is that you have to get everyone involved. You cannot expect the Nigerian army, police, or DSS to protect every Nigerian in every community. So they are incapacitated. They are not capable enough to defend the so-called territorial integrity of the damnable Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. It is very simple. Everybody can feel it. It's only this very news that I'm giving you today, boldly said by Mr. Ajayi, the head of DSS, Department of State Services, DSS, is enough for Nnamdi Kanu to defeat the zoo in their own court, even though he has been defeating them since they, criminally renditioned him to the zoo. This one alone is enough. You don't need further. Because your security chief has told everybody, every citizen, and every community to defend themselves, because they are not capable of defending the entire country, which means the country has collapsed. What else do you need? That is the reason why we do what we do. We don't just want to defend ourselves, but we also want to, disappear. We want to run away from this evil entity that has taken lives and properties of its citizens. Biafran people say enough is enough. We don't want to continue. We don't want to continue with this evil entity. And he said, it is impossible to deploy security forces everywhere. No security agency has the resources to do that. No security agencies in the zoo has the resources to do that. The military has no resources to do that. The police has no resources to do that. The DSS, the Air Force, the Navy, they do not have the resources to do that. So why are you stopping the people who try to do that, who try to defend themselves, who even try to, let me use that word, let me borrow it, so-called secede? Why are you stopping the people who try to, secede from the evil entity that is incapable to defend its citizen and its so-called territorial integrity? Why are you stopping them? Because they are Biafrans? Because they are Igbos? Isn't it? Is that not the truth? Is that not the reason? Now let's continue. Ajayi urged Nigerians to rethink their approach to self-defense, emphasizing that communities must serve as the first line of defense against terrorism and other criminals. The military, police, and other security agencies are there to handle the bigger threats. But communities must take responsibility for defending themselves at the local level. You see, which local level are you talking about? The Fulani herdsmen come here and massacre people, innocent people in their homes. If you try to defend it because you say now local levels, if you try to defend yourself, the army will come and disarm you and allow the Fulani to carry out their job. In the daytime, they are army. They wear uniform, military uniform and police uniform. At night, they remove their uniform and become Fulani herdsmen terrorists. This is it, because we know their agenda. We know their agenda. They have only one agenda: to dip whatever they want to dip in Atlantic Ocean. And they don't just want to dip it in Atlantic Ocean. They are going to conquer whichever route they will take leading to Atlantic Ocean. That is the promise of Ottoman Danfodio. So we know their target. You understand? We know. Now, our culture is communal. We do things together, weddings, ceremonies, and everything. So why can't we fight against some of the miscreants among us together? The community should make it clear you cannot come here. This is what Afawa Belewa has done. If you go there to attack them, you will regret it. I challenge anybody to try it. Ajayi called on Nigerian elites and influential figures to encourage this model in their communities. When we live here, those of us who have influence, the elites in society, must discuss with our communities, come to us, get some approvals and guidance, and then we can stop these criminals, he added. Now, Ajayi, let me tell you, Ademola Ajayi or whatever they call you, I want to remind you as a Yoruba man you are, that some years back, your governors, your own governors, when Fulani herdsmen were terrorizing the southwest, the Yoruba land, your own governors gathered, called on their boys, gathered them, gave them uniform, gave them training, and gave them arms. AK-47 was the initial arms that were given to them. Now, the Fulanis, Mieti Allah, raised alarm. They began to fight from Abuja, from Sokoto, from Kanu. They began to fight. There was a lot of problems. What did they do? They used your own brother, Yemi Osibanjo, who was the vice president back then. They used your own brother to destroy Amoteku. Yemi Osibanjo called a meeting in Abuja. I could remember that fateful day because I was watching. The governors traveled all the way from Southwest to Abuja, all of them. Went to Aso Villa, discussing with Osibanjo and his bosses, because his bosses were the Fulanis. His boss wasn't just Buhari. His bosses were the Fulani oligarchy. They were all oppressed and suppressed. By the time these governors came back to Southwest, they disarmed Amoteku and gave them ordinary Babobanel and Pompassion. Today, they have been completely, paralyzed and incapacitated. That is the reason why Fulani herdsmen terrorists are wreaking havoc in the Southwest. It is what it is. I am telling you, it is what it is. But unfortunately, we, the Biafran people, have decided to, take our destinies in our hands and, of course, do what we believe that is better for us and our people. Thank you, my people. Because of the shenanigans of some people who are supposed to be, who are supposed to hold this very struggle and even make the fire, increase the fire. People who are supposed to increase the fire. The same thing that happened when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and rendition to the zoo by the zoo government is the same thing that happened. The same thing. People got discouraged. People got discouraged. It took Mazi Simon Èkpá and few of us a lot. It took us a lot to hold the struggle, and it took us months and years to bring back the people that got discouraged in this very struggle to come back and put in more interest in this very struggle that got us where we were before the prime minister was, arrested in Finland. Sabotage everywhere. Sabotage everywhere. People got discouraged. Even many people, millions of Biafrans do not even want to hear anything about Biafra anymore. Many people don't want to hear anything that has to do with Biafra. I'm telling you, I am telling you, many now are waiting to hear when Mazi Simon Èkpá will be released so that they will join again. And many are still waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Not even Mazi Simon Ekpa's release. Many people are still waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released for them to start listening to anything that has to do with Biafra again. Not just because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap. No, it was because of what happened to the agitation then, back then, because of what happened to the struggle back then that got them discouraged. It's still the same thing that happened to the struggle in Èkpá that has got them discouraged. I'm telling you. I am telling you the truth. This is exactly what happened in 2021. Shame. Ifele megbugo ndị be anyị. Ndị be anyị nwere ifere. Ndị be anyị nwere ifere. I am ashamed of our people. I am totally ashamed of our people.
Why are you people here? And what brought all this crowd here? All these women that are here? What is the problem?
Now, this is a Hamufu. This is what happened in a Hamufu. I compiled few videos together so I can be able to play it this evening. I will not analyze anything on this video. I will allow it to play from beginning to the end. These videos were sent to me directly from a Hamufu. I did not pick it from any social media platform. It was sent to me directly from a Hamufu. And then I've got other videos. I mean videos, pictures. If you want me to send those videos to you, just send me message on WhatsApp. After this very broadcast, send me message. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, I'm going to paste that WhatsApp number now on the screen. Send me message on WhatsApp. Tell me that you need the video, videos and pictures of what happened in a Hamufu. I can't show those gory images. I cannot be able to show them on social media. I can't, because they will take it down immediately and probably ban this very platform. My WhatsApp number is there on your screen right now. You can see it. Copy it if you don't have it before. Write me message immediately after this very broadcast and tell me that you are interested to see those videos and pictures from a Hamufu so that I can send it to you. You see by yourself what is happening in our land in Èkpá, and then you will know the need of the release of Mazi Simon Èkpá Nketankechi. I know what I'm telling you. I know why I'm saying by the time you watch those videos, those ones you did not see on social media, because nobody that has a page on social media will be able to post those videos and pictures. Nobody can try it. You will never see those things, those kind of videos. You can never see them on social media unless you are lucky to see them on WhatsApp group. I'm telling you. Or maybe they were sent to you on WhatsApp. I am telling you, that is the gospel truth. And somebody came here to lie on TV. You will see with your own eyes the reason why Mazi Simon Èkpá should be released as ASAP. ASAP. Why we continue the fight, and of course the fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The first person to be freed should be Mazi Simon Èkpá as he stands now. Now. I'm telling you the truth. Now. ASAP. People don't understand what is happening. Let's continue. Can you hear my voice? Please let me know in the comment section. I don't know if my network has started giving me some issues here. Please let me know if you can hear my voice. Let me know in the comment section so that we can continue. Very, very important. If you can hear me, let me know right now in the comment section, please. Very, very, very important so that we may continue. Network has started misbehaving. Let me know if you can hear me. Very, very important, my people, because I can see the network has started misbehaving right now. Please let me know if my voice is coming out clear from your location so that we can continue, because I can see from my side the network has started giving me some issues. If my voice is very clear, let me know in the comment section, please.
Why are you people here? And what brought all this crowd here? All these women that are here? What is the problem?
Anyị kọcha ihe ka ụkpara anụmanụ ha bịara iche. Anyị ụmụ nwaanyị anyị jee ugbo, were ụmụ nwaanyị anyị mere anụ oriri n'ebe ahụ, eji na ahịa ebe ahụ. Ha na-ajụ ụmụ nwaanyị anyị otu ha si laiki, ha mejekwe ewere osisi tinye nwaanyị n'ahụ ya. Ha na-egbu ndị ite anyị, ha na-egbu ụmụ anyị. Ọtụtụ ihe ndị Fulani na-eme n'obodo anyị. Nwaanyị dị ime jee ugbo ka ejide ya, kpọọ ya nwa n'afọ, buru nwa ahụ tinye ya n'elu. So ọtụtụ arụ ka ndị Fulani na-eme n'obodo anyị. Adị ụmụ nwaanyị anyị si na ogwutego ha n'ogwutego ha. Ihe niile.
Did you hear her? Did you hear the last thing she said? In case for those of you who do not understand Igbo, I will explain. She said, Nnamdi di me. I will explain it in English. Sorry. Nnamdi di me. Nnamdi Fulani na-ewelu mma gbawa afa afọ, wepụta nwa fa, gbue fa, gbue nwa, gbue nne. Mana before egbuo nwa nwa, anyị ebu ụzọ gbawa nne ya afọ, welu mma gbawa nne ya afọ. Nwaanyị dị ime wee gbuo dị nne, gbuo dị nwa. Agbawa nwaanyị dị ime afọ, ọnwụgo bụ na ọnwụgo na. Ini dozi igbu ya iche, n'ozi nwa ka anyị egbu. The same tactics, the same thing that happened during 1967 to 1970. The same tactics that the Janjaweed army used, the same Fulani army used against the Biafran people, against us in 1966, 1967 to 1970. The same tactics, the same thing. That is what is happening currently in a Hamufu. And this woman is here as a living witness to confirm it. Unbelievable. And our people are busy. Our people are busy doing other things, doing their own things. They are not in touch. They are not even in touch at all with the current happenings, with the latest development, with the current happenings in our Biafra land. Our people are busy doing their own things. Hey. Oh my goodness me. That is the reason why I told you the most important thing now is the release of Mazi Simon Èkpá, because he is the one who is in touch, with the current happenings in our land, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the one who is in touch, who is concerned about the happenings in our land. Only Mazi Simon Èkpá and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For now.
Okay, madam. Kunu chọrọ ka eme.
Anyị chọrọ ka ihe ndị a niile kwụsị taa echi. Ofra anyị Fulani.
Mami, sọrọ anyị Central Igbo, gụnụ bụ ihe mbụ nsogbu nụ, bụ ihe nụ nji na ọ na-awa anyị nụkwachiri ụlọ olu kegulu abụgolu sọsọ olu onye ọhụrụ.
Ihe bụ nsogbu, ihe kpatara anyị ji nọrọ ebe a maka Fulani. Ndị Fulani bịara ga-anọchi ego anyị ebe anyị bi n'ime ego. Ndị Fulani gara nọchi ebe ahụ chụfụta anyị n'ime ego from ọkpọkụ mgbuchi ime ego ebe niile anyị bichi ogo m ngele agị n'ukwu a ma okpurigwu ha chụfụtacha anyị ebe ahụ chụlata anyị n'ụlọ ibe mma n'ụlọ ahụ ubi ugbele ọkwashe ha na-abịacha ebe ahụ mana ha ejide ụmụ anyị ha egbo ha bere amụ ha bere ihe niile do ha n'ahụ ha ejide ụmụ nwaanyị anyị ha erekpo ha gboro ọchịchị tinye ha n'ike ha ejide anyị egbe anyị na-acha anyị dịka anụ ọhịa anyị nọrọ n'ugbo anyị na-atụ ụjọ ije ugbo kịta ị ga-ebile na 6 gawa ugbo ilata ebe 9 because of ndị Fulani ha na-egwuchi eji anyị kọrọ n'ugbo ha riche nke ọzọ ya egwusa ya n'ala were mma warichie ya ha tachara rice niile anyị kọrọ this year ihe ndị Fulani na-eme anyị erika ndị Fulani na-eme anyị erika anyị chọrọ ka a chụfụrụ anyị ndị Fulani anyị achọrọzi ndị Fulani n'obodo a chụfụrụ anyị ndị Fulani ịkọ ihe eruo ego this March ka a na-ebido kwachawa ala ebe a na-akọ ihe mmiri nwere ike ibido na March izowe mana April ndị nwere ndị na-akọnyere ihe ugbo akọnye mana kịta ihe na-ebe anyị akwa ahịrị bụ na anyị nwere ebe anyị ga-aga ugbo kịta bikos na ụmụ okorobịa anyị ga ugbo kịta jide ha egbo ohe jide ụmụ nwaanyị anyị repuo unu jisi ike ka unu chụfụrụ anyị ndị Fulani na-emekpa anyị arụ n'obodo a.
Biko anyị nwere problem na ihe amụfụ. Problem anyị nwere na ihe amụfụ bụ ndị Fulani.